Hi everyone, this week we've got Sam on the show from Homesearch. We're going to be talking about something that I find very interesting, which is what is happening in the marketplace right now, backed up by stats. So Sam, for anybody who doesn't know, could you just give us a quick introduction as to who you are, please?
Yeah, hi everybody. Hi Lee, thanks for having me. My name's Sam Hunter. I'm the co-founder and COO of Homesearch. We are a property market data and prospecting tool for estate agents.
Awesome. So a lot of the questions, Sam, are around data really and what's happening in the marketplace, as I said in the intro. So what stats do you have around new instructions?
Right, I will reveal a bit of behind the curtain for this, because you did say to me we should get some data about what's happened in the market over the last couple of months. So what I think we're going to run through today is just a very quick bird's eye view of the market between March and April. So it's pretty recent and it's for the whole of the market. If anyone watching this is interested in what's happening locally, just let me know and we can figure that out for you guys. In terms of your question, so what stats do you have around new instructions? New instructions, we've seen more than a 10% drop in properties coming to market between March and April. And I think that stat alone shows you why the demand level remains so high and prices are so strong, even though, like we're going to talk about this a little bit later, like in the face of constant interest rate rises, a war in Europe, further economic uncertainty, people still want to move house.
Mm-hmm. They do. And so now then my next question I want to ask kind of links quite nicely into actually on price reductions. What are they looking like in the industry?
Right. So this is where I think it gets a bit interesting, because price reductions again were down from March to April, just on 8%. So for me, what I like to do, right, is add context. If it's just a number, you're not really sure what that number actually means. So if we talk about price reductions being lower in April than they were in March, to me that suggests we are in that changing market. And the best estate agents need to be having those crucial, those courageous conversations around price earlier to get prices aligned to a changing market sooner, which is going to help them get their property sold sooner as well.
No, I think that's cool. My next question for you, what are you seeing on fall-through rates at the moment?
Right, some good news on fall-through rates. So fall-throughs were down to about 13%, but I think there's probably a pretty obvious reason why, and that's talking about properties that went under offer. So between March and April, again, there was a 12% reduction in homes that actually went under offer, or were marked sold subject to contract. Now, we all know there are agents out there that don't mark their homes as sold subject to contract, so you can only remark on what the data shows you. The reality of it is very likely different. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so why I think that those two fall-throughs, sold subject to contract, goes together is less homes get marked under offer, less homes are going to fall through statistically. That makes sense. And I think that is a trend in terms of both of those being low that we expect to continue if the number of price reductions continues to drop month on month. So maybe in a couple of months you'll have me back and we'll look back at this data and the stuff that's happened since then as well.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'd want that, because I find the stats and what's happening in the marketplace right now so important, so relevant, and it's what every supplier, agent, news outlet wants to know, because it is kind of difficult to predict. Is it with what's happening of all the news and the rest of it. So it is. I definitely would want to take you up on that, Sam. And then my last question is on stock available. So has there been an increase?
There has been an increase in sort of overall total stock available, only by about 3%. But when you're thinking of the sort of hundreds of thousands of properties that are on the market right now, 3% is still quite a large number. I think naturally when you've got less price reductions and less properties are selling in terms of those that are marked under offer, there's always going to be an increase. As new stock comes and old stock stays, there's always going to be an increase in total market available. I think one of the points that I might make to wrap us up is, in a changing market, we believe that the key numbers that you want to look at are instructions, like total number of instructions, price reductions, and what's under offer, right? 2 out of those 3 are trending that the market is starting to contract. It's tightening up. That said, let's add some context again to the word tightening. I think if you could have rated the market out of 10 for the last 18 months, it's been 11, right? And now it's probably an 8 to an 8.5. it's still really good. It's just not the ridiculous spicy market that people have been experiencing over the last since basically the first lockdown ended. No, so I think even if it's an 8.5 out of 10 now, right, it's really important that ever we come back to the earlier point that agents are informing their market and their potential clients, whether they're sellers or landlords, that things are changing and they need to make really intelligent decisions now to make the most of the market while it is still very strong, because likely, end of the year, early next year, it probably won't be what it is today.
That is a prediction, Sam. That is a prediction.
I'll get myself into trouble now.
I'll hold you to it. But
yeah,
Sam, just before I let you go, could you just summarize real quick for me some of those stats you said? So you said stats around new instructions. What was the percent?
So new instructions were down just on 13%.
Okay.
Price reductions were down 8%. Fall throughs down 13%. Sold subject to contracts down 12%, and total market instructions up 3%.
Thank you very much, Sam. I think that's a great way to end the show, summarizing it. And thank you all for watching.